来自亚利桑那州共和党籍联邦参议员凯尔，在今年9月接替已故参议员麦凯恩的职位，重返国会。作为共和党的重要成员，凯尔议员他同时也是美国国会所委任成立的国防战略委员会的成员之一。凯尔议员在最近接受美国之音采访时表示，美国国防开支常年聚焦在打击恐怖主义、朝鲜核危机等问题上，但其实更应该集中精力应对来自中国和俄罗斯所带来的挑战。凯尔议员向我们同时强调了，目前中国所能部署的军事战力和2013年他首次离开国会时情况完全截然不同。
Take China, for example. China has been on a technology acquisition project for many years now, and they have acquired a great deal of the U.S. technology as well as technology from other countries and developed their own. And they've also understood American military doctrine and understand how to defeat the United States in a potential conflict, knowing what our doctrine is and how they could employ their forces to defeat us. They would, for example, probably start by trying to blind us by destroying our assets in space, and they have the capacity to do that now. They would want to keep us away from China, and they have the capacity now because of weapons that they have that reach a long way and that are anti-ship kinds of weapons to keep our fleets, our aircraft carriers and the like, at a far distance from China, so that if we were to deliver any kind of munitions onto China, we would have to have long-range air assets for the most part. And in many other ways, they have acquired technology. They're very good on all of the advanced technologies, the advanced computing and hypersonics and just all of the things which are today's modern warfare concerns that maybe didn't exist even 15 years ago. And of course, cyber warfare as well.
凯尔议员以这份国防战略委员会最近公布的报告为基础，向美国政府建议大力发展军力，以形成威慑的力量，降低与中国和俄罗斯爆发冲突的可能性。凯尔议员参与了这份报告的撰写，他还提到，美国在潜在与中国和俄罗斯爆发的军事冲突当中，面临了失败的风险，这是多年来首次出现的评估情况。
China does have a comprehensive national strategy. It's dictated from on top, and everybody from the military to the people in industry all work consistent with that policy and support it. It's a whole-of-government approach is what it's called for them. We need more of that in the United States, and that's what the Defense Commission said. Our industry needs to be able to support our defense needs. We need to have equipment that we know we can count on, that doesn't have problems because we've acquired the equipment or the technology from other countries. We acquire a lot of things from China that are very high-tech kinds of things. So we have to understand the role of allies and make sure that we can continue to be supported by allies and that we will support our allies in the region as well. So through a combination of our reach, our allies, our technological advantages, I think we can meet the challenge in order to deter either Russia or China from aggression against us. But there's always the risk that an adversary might miscalculate and think that they have more to gain by actually engaging in that aggression than in avoiding it. We have to just make sure that they understand that's not the case.
除此之外，美国军舰今年3度通过台湾海峡，引发北京当局不满。凯尔向我们表示，确保海上航行自由与开放是美国在印太地区的重要战略承诺。
We've always sailed our ships in permitted places around the globe, which means we don't go into the territorial waters of another country. But in order to assure people around the globe that they can navigate freely for all legitimate purposes, the United States Navy has sailed just about everywhere And I think it demonstrates that point in a very peaceful way.
在谈到美中之间在科技资讯产业领域的竞争时，凯尔议员则表示，美国企业现在也逐渐认识到，在中国做生意就像是一把双刃剑，而美国政府在认识到有关的风险之后，现在也出台了相对应的政策。
American companies are more and more appreciating the fact that doing business in China can carry with it huge risks. They saw wonderful economic opportunities because of the size of the market there. And I think that blinded some of them to the risks involved. They had to give up a lot of technology in order to play in China, to be able to enter the market in the first place. They had to make partnerships with, or joint ventures with Chinese entities. They had to be willing to share their technology, and in many cases that was taken over by the Chinese, and basically they were told goodbye because they couldn't compete anymore. So more and more businesses are realizing that it's a double-edged sword. There are opportunities, but there are also risks. And the U.S. government correctly has policies in place to ensure that there aren't technology transfers that are inimical to American national security.
凯尔议员目前已经宣布不会在明年开始的新国会当中继续留任。不过他在接受美国之音采访时一再强调，美国需要充分且稳定的军事预算，才能够抗衡来自中国与俄罗斯所构成的挑战。以上是美国之音记者李义华、钟瑞哲在华盛顿的采访报道。